Okay, let's see if we're alive. Hopefully. I better go close the door so we don't get any visitors. Alrighty. Dan the Plumber's here. Gonzalo, Steve, Gustavo, Joshua Bell. Okay, Pernov. Come here to complain about my lack of using strings again, I guess. Hello, Veronica, if you're watching. She'll know who that is. Let's see if I can... Veronica and all the staff at the Rockhampton Hospital, I believe. Okay, let's have a look at what we got here while I sip on my coffee, my fueling up. Hey, Tero, Finland, hello. Another day of inline assembly. Oh, we're not going to go that easy. We're going to do direct hex machine code. Let's see, Macera. Is it possible to create fully transparent windows in Linux? I believe it is, but I've never done it myself, but I do believe it is. Hey, Creative Visuals. Jacob Anderson. Yes, I wear glasses depending on the task at hand. If I'm actually going to be programming, then I do tend to wear these if it's, I want to do it right. If I'm working on iPhones and other small screw type devices, I do have another pair of glasses in the workshop which you've seen me wear. They are different to these ones. They're a much closer up distance. These are set 80 centimeters, the other ones are at 40. So as you can imagine, these do not work well or swap them around. Most of the day though, I don't need glasses, I'm fine. Let's see, Joshua Bell picked up influenza, that sucks. Sorry to hear. Oh man. I missed out on a computer I wanted. Oh well. Okay, so we'll get into it. The other night you saw we got the power supply up and running with the software. And when I went to go look at see if I can move it over to Windows, there was a bit of a drama with the driver situation, the USB driver for the USB TMC. I had to go through a rather, I wouldn't say awkward or bizarre, but it was more difficult than what my alternative could be. And the alternative is that these power supply units also have a serial port. Now I didn't bother with the serial port the other night because I thought, well, I'll try the USB, and Linux had the direct communication system with the USB driver, like you could just echo to the port and then read back. It was dead easy. But we're going to do the serial version tonight, which means I'm probably going to have to put back a lot of stuff that I took out, but that's typical, isn't it? Hey, Jack Cutler. Hey, Max. Hey, Jim. Pernov, I think SDL2 supports some sort of window transparency. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create a branch in our Git project. Let's see, Git, check out, must be serial. Okay, we're going to use serial branch. And the fun thing is we're actually going to have to import a lot of the code that we stripped out from the previous version. So, actually I'll just do it here. This is why I should always just leave trash in there. Okay. Windows have a USB driver. Yeah, it does, Masara, but believe me, it's going to be easy for me to do this through the serial port. Yeah, looks like my Veronica is listening. That's good. She won't understand anything about what I'm gabbling on about, but she'll be happy to hear my voice because I'm a bit of a loner when it comes to our family. something I'm constantly being told I should fix up. Actually, that's not true. They don't tell me that all the time. But I know they wish it. Okay, so now I've got to get all this stuff from the serial. So let's see, yank 6, and put it back in here. How sad. And you can be guaranteed I'm going to make mistakes because of this. It means I'm going to put all the serial parameter parsers back in. See, nice code in the background while I try to get LiPo laptop battery balanced. Oh, fun. Yeah, that's no fun. And the thing is, once you get it balanced, if it's already gone out of balance, chances are it'll go back out of balance in a few months or a few cycles. I remember the model aircraft batteries we had. It'd be, you have like a 5 in series battery pack. And once one of the cells starts going, it's just always downhill from there. This one's an IKBC cherry blue. It's not my preferred one, but this is going to be fun. I think we need to take our code from something else. We need to take it from the BK393. Because I'm pretty sure I fleshed this out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fleshed that out. Oh, what is that? Should have left it as it was. S2P pack. Yeah, well, have fun with that. Jim, it's programming streams don't generally. What am I doing? I'm so used to flicking back and forth between things here. Damn geckos. Hey, I know. Windows bollocks. Look at this crap we've got to do for Windows. And we need the read, we need the auto detect. That should do it. Copy. Did we copy the enable comms bit? Yes, we did. Pardon me. Hey, Carbon. Send us down 30-minute rabbit hole. Oh no, this will probably be about 3 or 4 hours worth. That's terrible about that translation. Terrible. Definitely not what I said. What are you... What? What are you doing sitting... You're going to cause a compiler, or why are you even there? In... Maybe I shouldn't be pulling code from unknown sources in my own system. I have no idea why I've got this little bit of... little itty-bitty snippet there. Unless I accidentally just overrun. No, it's right there. I think I might have to make it the separate Linux and Windows one again. Yeah, because it looks like I'm going to break on the Windows. Okay, we're just going to go for the Linux version for now. This is the messy part of the development, where you don't really know what you're doing. Okay, that's all Windows crap. We'll get rid of you. We'll do the Windows one later, because I don't even have Windows on this machine. Oh, I suppose I got it in Wine, but... Hey, RTC. It's Windows crap too. It's all Windows. I think another coder did this with my name. Shouldn't have pulled that code out. Hey, Plymouth, Stephen, sorry. Ahmed, C habits mean using things like char, star for strings rather than actual strings. Yeah, all sorts of habits like that. Actually fiddling with pointers. All the things that makes Pianov cry. Pianov's a good sport. It puts up with a lot. Okay, for now I know this is a 9600 setup. Okay, we'll get rid of this enable comms stuff because that's all Windows. I will be converting it to Windows later, but not right now. Hey Teresa. Yeah, we're gonna break a lot. Oh no, KitKat barely got started. Let's see, g.serial. Yeah, this is gonna break so much. It's why often it's easier for me to just create separate programs completely. And while we create a different branch, so we're gonna need, so we can make it that doesn't matter whether we're using USB or serial, we use the same functions in the main body. We're gonna need these two functions up here. Let's see. Microphone battery dying on me? No, shouldn't be. Seems okay. Hey John White. I didn't find the glitch yet, professional engineer. I really haven't actually looked at it at all. For me, it's just been working, so I was like, right, that's it. Works well enough that I just can't leave it be. Sometimes it's simply not worth chasing. Oh, what did I put up there as function names? Data write, data read. Ugh. Hey, Travis. This section here is actually the difficult one. The read back. But we'll probably just move that whole thing into the function. Hello, Agravamento. Teacher, want to thank you for these streams. You're using them here to help our students. Oh, well, okay. Well, is this gonna guide them on how not to be a programmer? Oh, can't spell tonight. Yeah, we'll just do that. How to solder. Oh, okay, we won't be doing much soldering tonight. Unless it's going to be soldering back my ego after I've completely broken my code. But I wish you well luck. I put that in the wrong function. This is supposed to be in the read function. Yeah, I know. It would be nice if it was flagged, but yeah, we may find that the serial port version ends up being more stable than the USB one because there's one less or few less layers involved. So we're just rewriting the code that we wrote the other night as a more generic function. So as a consequence, I'm taking out all the specific things. So like buff fault is just going to become generic B. There's another one up there. So it's going to take a while just to compile so that we're back at to where we were when we first walked in. So there it goes. And then after we've done that, we can work on the serial version. And some people would say, well, this is why you should plan it out in advance and, pardon me, spend more time on paper or in the planning stages and think about where you're going to have things go. And yeah, that does work, particularly if you've got very large projects. But for these sort of smaller projects, I find it's more effective to do the iterative model. The cost you have, of course, is that you do tend to rewrite your code quite a bit, like I am doing right now. But because it's only a matter of 3 or 4 hours for each reiteration, then it's worth it in my opinion. Plus it gives you some practice. And it also depends on what sort of personality you have. Doing it this way gives you a much faster reward kickback. So instead of spending 6 months planning something, not knowing if you're going to have any success, and then you sort of find you've got a whole bunch of errors to fix up for the next 6 months after that, at least this iterative model tends to give you that nice little endorphin kick a lot quicker. Like I said, it does come at the expense of it's not as efficient with your time in the long term, but the endorphin kicks make it worth it. Wrong, that's serial. Am I supposed to have a line break after that? I think I do. I wonder if that could have been half the fault we were having before. D-commerce, Strolling, D. Yeah, I wonder if that was a fault we were having before. Oh well, anyways, check it out. Can you actually set the PSU parameters from the... Yes, you can, Jimbo. You can do everything. You can program it, which is going to be yet another night of programming. I'm going to see if I can add little buttons into the application so I can switch between predefined modes quickly and easily. Like say I've got one for iPhone repairs and one for MacBooks, things like that. The trouble is if I go too far, I'm going to end up writing what they've already written, which is a generic control application, which comes with the power supply. But the main purpose of this originally, of course, is to just work on OpenBroadcaster. Feeling nostalgic for my Android coding days. That seems a little close to me. It wasn't that long ago. Oh wait, Android. For some reason I thought you meant AVRs. I guess I translated to Arduino. I never personally used Arduino coding. I was always just straight up C code in the first place. Press the wrong key. Yeah, probably be a little bit more pedantic here and actually get it to... On the other hand, it does create the chance of a fault with the writing of the data. Whichever I choose will be wrong. That's the way to go. Nuts and proud, yes, it's Linux. Using Ubuntu, but with Fluxbox window manager. It's not really a desktop manager because there is no desktop. Hey, we're on stamps. Open port. See how far we've broken it. Doesn't even have a hope of compiling yet. Yeah, not too bad actually. Only about 100 errors. Okay, serial parameters are missing. That is to be very much expected. Oh, nuts and proud. Oh, cool. Which distribution are you using? Okay, serial parameters. I thought I had copied that actually. I certainly had. Indeed, it is there. What are you complaining about? Can't convert serial parameters to character. Why character? What is this crap? 325. Oh, I know what's going on there. I'm gonna pretend. Oh, how lazy can I be? I don't even decode it in here. You're a lazy little buggerhole. Ubuntu Studio 1804 of 1904 backports. Okay, so you're on the LTS type systems. Oh, Calvon just removed a 1398 in less than 10 minutes, first time. Oh, right, yeah, they're using the leather wax string too. I know, it's quick and easy, isn't it? I have been given some molly wire with little pull sticks, to hide it on. Kind of like if I want to choke someone and, with the wire, those little handles. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't had a battery in to try it. Okay, hey, Buzzcaller. Yeah, you certainly don't break the string too easy. When I broke it on the video, that was just me being silly. Nelson, I've went through a lot of distributions before I ended up on Ubuntu. I think I changed over to Ubuntu around about 2006. I used to be Slackware before that, and I really did like Slackware, but after a while, with all the media packages coming in and things like that, it just got to the point where it was ridiculous. Scratching my nose a lot again, as always. I'm going to just yank these two. What? Should be able to just yank them normally, but oh, that's right, I'm in different windows. That's why. Copy. Fortunately, the paste buffer is. There we go. Jimbo, the problem I ran in with Slackware after a while is the fact that they used, they didn't have user local bin. Instead, it was just in user bin and all that sort of stuff. And after a while, it just sort of wore thin on me because most packages, when you were building them from source, made that assumption that anything you build will tend to go into the local rather than in the main. And it was small things like that that eventually accumulated enough that I just said, no, I've got to switch over to something else. And at that point, Knoppix was the big thing. And then from Knoppix, I found Ubuntu. I've been using Linux since about 1996. So now I really should do that as an enumerated set, but nope. Comms mode. Alita uses macOS now. She used to be on Ubuntu, but when I switched her over to her MacBook, it was natural for it to go with macOS, and she's got no problems at all with it. Hmm. .392. Ah, of course. Using globals like that will just get me a world of trouble later. At least this way it's easy for me to move things around. That's also generally why I tend to have a global structure, but I still pass that global structure between the functions as a parameter. Making things complete, genuinely global globals, it always bites you in the butt later. I very, very rarely resort to using that. Probably the only time I resort to using actual globals is if I'm doing signal handling and it's not convenient to pass the various variables around. Because when you're forced into, when you get interrupted and forced into a signal handler, it's not always a clean call. ANE 555. Let's see. 392. What? Oh, 394. Of course. Carbon, yeah, if it's a 1398, I've seen them do that. There are some machines that will misbehave if you do not have a battery connected. Oh great, this is a global now we need. Alright, I'm doubling up here now. Sometimes just to get it to compile, you do things like that. You duplicate what you know probably should be packed into something else. 432. And you say you're going to go back to it, but often you forget, and then you end up with these multiple variables doing the same thing or very similar to the same thing scattered throughout your code. And you leave that to some poor intern years later to refactor the code and completely botch it up. Sadly, I'm the intern and I'm the one that has to deal with it. No return statement in a function returning non-void. Oh, whoops, okay, 420. Right you are, Harry. Yeah, we're getting towards it. We've got less than a page of errors now. Buff fault not declared, 435. 435. Would help if I type properly. Okay. It's currently 11 o'clock in the evening here. 614. Nah. Oh, I hate this. No, 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 I can't do this again. Not tonight. Carbon, this really isn't any different to normal serial programming because the USB interface, at least in this case, USB TMC, actually makes it easier under Linux than normal serial programming. But I'm doing the serial one because, at least with the serial port version, I have code already that allow me to move it to the Windows version without any dramas, without having to try and guess what the USB DLLs and drivers I need on the Windows side are. 624. Okay, what am I looking at here? Alright. Andrew Hughes. Wiscock, yeah, eventually. Once I've uploaded it again. Yeah, it actually compiled. Oh no. God damn it. C++ does not let me do that. Well, fortunately, it's just a warning. Okay, that's the USB version. Let's see if it even still works. I'll plug in the serial port for that. So see if we're at least back to where we started. Okay. TMC3. It would appear maybe not. We get nothing. Fantastic stuff. Alright. Time to turn on the debugging. Can't believe I've done this to myself. Maybe it's actually not even triggering over to the serial port. I think that might be the problem. I might have to change this so that it can handle both USB and serial modes. So like if I go PU for USB and PS for serial port. Because I can't really differentiate. At least, well, what I could do is I could see if there's the word TMC in the device, and if that's the case, we know it's going to be the USB one. Could try it like that. For now. Ahmed, what do you mean by permissions? Because I mean, you got to set them externally anyway. And I was running that as root, so it's not that. What am I doing here? Scott, only at the start. That's a default. Okay, it looks like we've got a situation where we've got a port block. Fantastic. Blocked port. So, will the lockdown of the Aussie government have any effect on your business? Not unless they lock down deliveries. If they lock down deliveries, then yeah, I'm going to be up the creek. But if they don't, I should be just fine. I think I know what I've done wrong. I, yep, that's what I've done wrong. Damn it. Oh, come on. How can you tell me there's no process there? Damn zombie processes. Again? Are you kidding me? sudo xkill. Oh man, I gotta. Where are you? There. Time to break the code again. That can stay out. That was our recovery code thing. We need not worry about that for now. 640. Mike, it's not. Oh wow, that came out louder than I expected. It's not too tedious. It's actually probably more tedious for the fact that I went about this by using existing code rather than starting from scratch. This is why a lot of the time doing the whole reusing someone else's wheel is not always the best way. Yeah, of course. Control backslash. I'll give it a shot. Yep, that worked. I haven't seen that one before. Nearly 30 years of that, and I've not seen control backslash. What the heck is that? Why does control... Ah, it forces a core dump. Quit signal. Okay, neat. Thanks, Scott. You'll love it. Out all these years, you don't know these things, and always good to learn. It's kind of like when you're in Vim and you accidentally turn on the record. I always forget which way it goes. I think it's Control S or something like that. And it looks like none of your key sequences have been registered anymore, but it actually is being recorded as a macro. And I think you have to Q or Control Q out of it. I can never remember. I just do it subconsciously, but And it's one of those things where I used to end up with a lot of Vim sessions being trapped in dead zone, but they were just sitting there waiting to record my keystrokes. Sig quit, yeah. Still doesn't solve why I'm not getting any data yet, but we'll get there. Ah, the joy of refactoring your code and breaking everything as always. Well, you certainly hope you learn something every day. Oh, life would be pretty boring otherwise. By the way, I know that I can just use printf for the standard out, but, well, I'm just a bit of a weirdo and I use fprintf for everything. So forgive me. Hey, Sabatino. Thanks, Jim, for answering the question. Saves me doing that. Appreciate it. Wait a second, I know what I've done here. No, I haven't. Debugging time. No, I don't think I'm going to bother with strace at this point. It hasn't quite gotten into that depth. Andrew, there is a little bit of a difference. I had a look at the one that he has. It uses slightly different commands rather than for this where this measure volt, measure current thing is. But it is a SPCI or whatever the damn acronym is. It is one that will work with that. So it's quite possible that this code could be modified with different commands to work for his as well. But he's ignoring me on that for now. I'm doing something stupid here. I just know it. Got that glorious I'm doing something dumb feeling. Like the fact that SZ is not initialized at all in this. Duh. So what the hell is SZ supposed to be? Oh wait, no, it is initialized. I'm just not reading. Duh. Someone is asleep. We're not doing serial at this point, so we're still on the old USB one, which was actually functioning last night. So that's what I'm saying, is like we've broken it, now we have to put it all back together. And no one cares about that crap. Thank you, Sabatino. Appreciate that. I'll get myself. I had a copy just before I started. Here we go. We've got the. So we've got a -1 in the read. So that means we are not getting anything back. Okay. I wouldn't. No one should be feeling stupid watching this. I mean, come on, I'm the one that's broken my own code, and it's only 2 days old, and I'm already like floundering around. So for some reason, it's not reading back the data. What have I forgotten? So the file handle should be fine. For the error, I do. It says connection timeout. That's it there. See? That's what I'm doing there. Already 1 step ahead and 20 steps behind. It just says connection timed out. Yeah, okay. Just like there's a 30-second delay between me reading your message and you actually hearing my response to it. Yeah, that's all it's going to give me. Why would it be timing out for the read? Do I open that as read write? Surely I do. Hey, Nick. Yep, just mean open as read write. But passing the correct parameters to it. Sometimes you mix up the parameters by accident. Might be the power supply, but I did reboot it several times. But let me just check first what I got. So we should be read the descriptor, the buffer, and the size of the buffer. So we've got the descriptor, the buffer. I know it seems a bit weird here, but this is because we're iterating through until it comes back with no more data. So at the very least, the first part should work just fine. But I know what I've done wrong. No, damn it. Every time I think I've found my fault, it's not. Ahmed, I did, but again, I'm not dealing with serial here. I'm dealing with the USB. The serial parameters on this change only the serial port, not the USB port. And as it was last night, it was on 9600. Not last night, the night before. Yep, still TMC3. Nope, still not reading back. Weird. I wonder if it's because of I plugged into a different USB socket that's on a hub. So I wonder if maybe I'm behind the computer right now. Hello. I wonder if this needs a powered USB port rather than just a passive one. We'll just plug it into the USB 3 hub now. Okay, it's been detected. Still USB TMC3. Nope, it would appear not. is going on there? Let's see. We'll try use a direct port into the machine. Definitely not that. Oh, that's okay, no blue sky. It doesn't matter if you don't understand coding. It's more than just coding. This is all about going through the insanity of trying to write this stuff. Yeah, black font. Yeah, that would actually be funny if that was the case. Alright. For some reason, it almost is like it's reading the wrong file handle or something. Do I do anything funny when I... Serial ports can be right pain with a lot of the equipment, because instead of the equipment makers putting the right electronics in to give the serial port its own power supply and isolation and everything like that, they instead just basically put in a dumb port with just 2 pins connected, maybe a third, and let your PC be a proper high power, proper powered COM port with original old serial levels, plus minus 30 volts, that sort of stuff, 20 volts. And so you end up basically having to have a dedicated original old COM port into your PC just to get them to work. Power supplies, FTDI. No, it's not FTDI unit. This is not. I'm just gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna do it through the port here. I may have to unload and reload the driver, maybe. So what do I come out? Maybe the commands are wrong. That's the other thing. Maybe the commands are wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be pressing enter. So like here, I've got this. Maybe. Oh. I've got cap locks on. I have indeed. That could be the fault. That was the fault. Stupid line break. Yeah, often that actually happens in coding. Is you sort of, like I said to myself, oh, maybe it needs a line break at the end of that, and just off, without thinking, I put it in there, and we just wasted 20 minutes chasing a fault that was creating. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we are back where we were yesterday, so that's a good start. Yep. Hallelujah. By the way, I found even with expensive FTDI, supposedly full coverage serial port USB converters, they can still have issues. Like this is a X-Link or something like that. It's a proper FTDI one, and it still has problem with my Vicky meter. So in the end, with the Vicky meter, I just had to. I was lucky. My motherboard had headers for genuine serial port. The what was it 862550 or something chip. Anyway, so once I put in that cable onto one of the vertical backplane headers and plugged into that, it was okay. It still wasn't perfect, but it was better. Yeah, rubber duck programming is the best, yeah. Alright, so we're back to where we started from before we botched around with everything. Now we can actually move over to the serial port. Since we know that bit works, it compiles, we can now actually plug in the serial cable and begin the torment yet again. Really, you wonder why programmers aren't insane. Yeah, I think we are actually. Trouble is, we were insane before we started this type of work. It's the kind of work you get into if you are insane. Okay. Save our serial. Okay, so we do have our serial port here. It's a genuine FTDI, not one of those cheap, nasty hack job ones. And I'm fairly sure this should work. Let's try sudo minicom. Now, what is it? Star IDN question? Nothing. Brilliant. Maybe the power supply actually has to be power cycled before I can switch interfaces. That would make sense. I think a lot of the problem with the serial ports of the older style equipment is that the manufacturers of the equipment are expecting to either vampire off some power or things like that, but the new USB to serial converters don't deliver that kind of power. And so the receiving transmitting circuit on the equipment side just doesn't have the energy to be able to work consistently. You can usually find those faults when you force it to do a certain bit sequence, and then it will run out of that. It won't have enough power to complete that bit sequence properly. Star IDN question? Okay, that works. Yep. So we got the sequence back that we're expecting, Farnell MP7100xx. So we know that the interface is working between the two. Randy Scott into torture. Yes, well, I did get Masochist of the Year award when I was at university. I couldn't help it if I liked coding graphics. And I mean, this is genuine graphics stuff, not the sort of stuff we see these days. When we're talking graphics, I'm talking like writing your own Phong and Garage shaders and doing your own ray tracing programs, things like that. Back when it was hard. And it took 6 hours to render one teapot. Stuff like that. Starting to sound like when I used to go to school, I had to walk uphill both ways, which funnily enough was true. Except I rode both ways. So an Easter egg that says Louis Rossman loves Apple. I could do that sometime. I actually need to put that into the multimeter software, not the power supply software. Yeah, Jim, or the voltage swing is not high enough because a lot of the cheap USB serial converters, they'll only do plus or minus 5 volts, just standard like TTL logic. The slightly better ones will do 10 volts, and that's still not quite enough, but ideally you want to get 15 to 20 volt swings. Okay, now we begin the serial trash. We're not going to do the serial trash parsing initially. We're just going to stick with this 9600, so at least we can get an indication that things are running. And as proof of that, I'm going to do the same thing here. Why bother? If it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not going to work, it's not going to work. Let's do it the right way. Actually, I wonder if the same code can be used for both. I genuinely wonder if it can be used for the same for both. There'll be some subtlety that I'm missing that will prevent it from working. Oh, come on. TTY USB. Damn it. Error setting terminal bad file descriptor 378. Scott, I'm kind of curious. No, actually, you're quite right. Yeah, because they'll need that to push the buffer through. Well, that sucks, kind of. Yeah, I can think of an easy way to get around that anyway. Error setting terminal. Why is that a bad file descriptor? It doesn't even get to the read point yet. That's the problem. Bad address. Is that because I'm using... It wants a number? Nope. I bet you I'm not even setting where S device is. I think that's a problem. So basically it's trying to open up something that doesn't exist. So here, this should actually be g.serial parameters dot s equals g.device. Something like that. Hey, Jane Zimmy. No parameter name S. That's fine. We can deal with that. S device. Oh, okay. Fine. Be that way. They're just char pointers anyway, so it's not going to make any difference. Alright. I think we just made some headway. Now this is where we do the line break thing. Simulate serial. Forgive me for this. I don't think I can even do this in C. It's not going to work. I'm going to have to... Yeah. Okay, this is where we get dirty. Okay. And I'm violating all sorts of standards conventions there. But I just want to prove that it works. Ooh. Wrong. I was right the first time. No, I wasn't. Yeah, macros can never be trusted. Okay, I won't do this as macros. That is really just wrong and dirty and makes me feel very wrong. I'm gonna do it the long but proper way. So I really can't sleep if I do it this way. It's one of those horrible little things where you just can't do this sort of stuff. Instead, I'll just make more horrible violations. I can't do it there either. You can, but you shouldn't. So the trouble with these new standards that they bring in for C and everything like that is that it forces you to be a more responsible programmer rather than this trash fest that I'm engaging in right now. I had flippin'... Why have I got semicolons after that? Oh yeah, that is right. Interesting, it doesn't let me do the size off of that. Wait, 635. No wonder, because I'm not finished doing my changes. And it can't be that, because that will give me the buffer size, not the string size. Which means I now waste some CPU every time that goes through. I can always predefine that elsewhere, but have I got that plugged in? No, I've got my system parameters correct. Yes, I have. 9600 none 1, 8 bits. We're getting there, we're getting there. The key is not to give up so soon. I might just separate the write function in it with the functions anyway, even if they do have common code. It just, yeah. Yeah, because I was using the serial parameters.device. You don't know that, Carlvon. They could do it properly, and they could use an actual interrupt for that. Instead of a busy wait or a busy spin. You don't know that. Hush now. That's all I've got to say to you. Just hush now. We've got multiple cores. Who cares anymore these days? So when people say, this program's not going to use all the cores, and it's like, it doesn't really matter because you've got so many cores now. And anyway, in any given operating system, there's a whole lot of processes going on, so of course you need those cores. Why do I get the feeling that's wrong? It's supposed to be FD, you moron. Still nothing. See what the error is that we get back. Something weird's happened there. Oh, no, I just scrolled off the edge of the screen. That's all. Okay, so it is finishing the write. So it's the read that's perhaps not happening. And it's... I just noticed something that's happening there, which it doesn't tell me what mode I'm in. Like this here. For whatever reason, that's not been produced either way. And at this point you start wondering, am I editing the right code? And it should be one or the other, it can't be neither. That makes no sense. I must have an error in the code that I'm... Oh, I do. That's why. 368, 368, go. There'll be another error now. 541. Yep. Yeah, I was starting to lose my brain then. Hey, Vogon. Oh, the output is red. It's just that it went off the screen. I'm going to shut this compiler up, because that's what caused this to happen. 475. For 6163. Four oh seven. Alright, so it's definitely in the read that something's going on. Now we know it works with the Minicom program, so Minicom... It is responding. We just received this little segment. That is the last 3 digits of the voltage that we just read. So it is getting the command and it is responding to it. But for some reason, I'm botching up some. What am I botching up here? Okay, let me go back to my other serial program and have a look and see what I've done differently. The only trouble is with the other ones, I read it in character by character. Maybe I'll have to do that again. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to have to do. Until I get a line break. There's no mention of that. And even if it was the case, it's already responding. The power supply is already responding. It's just that I'm not reading it correctly. And I think it's because it's timing out, just waiting for the buffer to get beyond a certain size. I need to read this in character at a time. like this. I can guess pretty much what's going on, so that's why I haven't yet gone to things like strace or anything like that. Pretty sure all this is going to be how it works. Crap! Oh wait, did I get... No, that's a clean build. Damn it! Alan, I'm just trying to make it work on serial port, so that it'll be able to be ported to Windows. Okay, what's going on here then? I almost feel like it's not reading from the right port. For whatever reason, it's been blocked. And it's got nothing to do with the terminating character, because it doesn't even get that far. If it was reading in all the data. And, oh, maybe that's part of the problem. The port was being held open. You can't. I think you can currently hold them both open. Yep, watched it now. And now is when we do pull out the S-trace. Wait a second. It's reading from the right port, but it's writing to the wrong port. Oh no, wait. Damn it. Misleading myself. Hey Mark Bianco. Coffee or ice cream? Hey, coffee or ice cream? Alright, I'm a little confused now. We know it definitely works. So maybe it's my flow control parameters. I don't know. Let's have a look. Okay, read write, no delay, no CTTY. Pardon me. Clear to send, request to send. Yeah, I'm not sure if it needs that. Yeah, we had a bit more progress there. I wonder if it's using X on, X off. I'd be very surprised. Nope. Yay! God damn it. $9,600, 8 bits, no stop, 1 parity. No flow control at all. Weird. Is that a bug in the program or is that legit? I got the letter M for parity. M even. What? That must have been a mistake on my behalf. I must have pressed the wrong key or something. I just must have pressed a key. No, Jimbo wouldn't be easier in Bash. Not for this sort of thing. You gotta deal with these startup hiccups initially. And then once you've done it once, that's it. Don't have to do it again. Okay, well, it certainly shouldn't have had CR. It looks like it should have no flow control. In which case, that should be all we need. Yeah, we'll try C local. I'm not sure if I even need C read, but let's try C local. Oh. What if I need synchronization? Nope. I've never had this much drama. Let's go rid of C read. So like going basically nowhere in a hurry. Okay, it's read, it's write. It's the correct device, it opens properly. Wait, what? What? I already did the local thing down here. Oh no, wait, I'm just being dumb. Ignore me. Well, Andrew, I'm the one that's put up several similar programs. That's what's baffling me slightly, to be honest. Ever so slightly. Someone around here is smoking. What the hell? Blimey heck. Alright, glasses are all messed up now. Alright. See if anyone's... Yeah, microphone's alright. No, there was a great big crash outside. And this serial port, normally reading's the easy part. Now I'm not getting any code because I should actually have the individual characters coming through here. This 000 business should be... Okay, let's have a look now, see what happens. We're missing a few there. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, 7. The data's not being read right though. I mean, look at that. That's all just gibbery jabberish. It's partially right. It should be 17971. So we're missing a 1. Yeah, we're missing the leading 1. And yeah, the terminating 0 should be okay. Okay, I am missing the terminator. Why am I missing the terminator? Ah, you can't see it. Oh, whoops. Sorry, thanks. There it goes. Alright, you should have it there now. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, get my big face out of the way. There we go. Okay, so there's our line break. That OA is our line break. And if we look under ASCII, OA line feed, which is that. Oh, I know why. Okay, we increment the... Bloody hell. There we go. Now all of a sudden it might work. Except we don't want the ASCII table again. God, that was dumb. Thank you very much, dumb code. All that drama for no good reason. There was nothing wrong with it in the first place. Okay, for those wondering what went wrong, I was looking for the line break character, which is correct. But the trouble is, I was doing that after I had already incremented the array index. So it was forever looking into a random dead bit of memory. And that fixes that. And now we can get rid of all our debugging code. That's why I don't generally race off to the really complicated debugging tools too quickly, because half the time it's just a stupid mistake I've made. That's good. Alright, that's stage 2. We've still got a few more stages. First I'm going to clean up all the crap. I may as well just leave those there. Which, yeah, we'll leave it so that we do have the per character read. Fairly sure the per character read was required, because otherwise we wouldn't, it wouldn't really know when to return from the read. Maybe. Need that one. Okay, it is... something's choking the mouse response there. No, it's something else. Coincidental failure of the mouse, not cause. Okay, let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Damn it. Okay, I'm going to try the serial port now back on the hub, so I can stick my mouse back into the main machine. Right. I has no mouse. Aha. Wait. Oh, come on, seriously? My mouse all of a sudden has decided it could be bad batteries. Unlikely, but I mean, Jim, yeah, I mean, you can do it like that. That's not really the issue at hand. I mean, that is how we were originally testing it. But, you know, at some point you sort of want to try and avoid... It's nice to just have things as a fixed binary. I don't know what's going on with the mouse here. It's kind of back. It stutters every now and then, but it is... Yeah, it's stutter. Honestly, USB was supposed to be one of these great things, but it's marginal at best. See, where's Randy Scott? Alright, well that's that bit. Now we need to write the parser for the actual parameters, because not everybody's going to use 9600. In fact, this thing by default is a 115,200. So we have to write a little parser. I'm fairly sure I've written that. Here we go. Yep, in the yucky Windows code. Let's have a look at what options this port thing gives us. We can change the board, the parity, and the stop. Yeah, board parity and stop. Hey, Seth asked today to about 3437. It was the LVDS connector that was broken. Ah, okay, good. Glad to see that you got that sorted out. Okay, F define. Oh, come on. not quite. 508. Oh, come on. Stop diddle-daddling with me. There we go. It took way too long. Shouldn't have done that. It took so long. Alright. I don't know what is going on with the mouse. I don't know if you can see it, how it's stalling. It's making it quite difficult to, when you respond to clicks. I really don't think it's the mouse. I'm not CPU overloaded. I've got no drop frames. Nothing is... Everything's alive. So keyboard. Naturally, of course, all these things happen while I'm trying to do a live stream. Okay, that's alive. Keyboard's alive. Okay, let's see how we go now. Let's see. I kind of actually shouldn't be doing this here. I need to do this when I'm actually setting up the serial port in here. This sort of stuff. Funnily enough, it doesn't go any lower than 9600, I don't think. Oh, yes, it does. 48, 24. Oh, right. All of them. Fantastic. It doesn't do 1200, I don't think. No 1200. $11,200. Oh no, it's going to do that 57,000 times. Yeah. Damn you, Vim. There we go. Undo. Thirty-eight 4. So 19.2, 96, 48. I can't change the data bit size on this, so it's always going to be 8. So we don't need to worry about this portion. But then again, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. Not surprised it's growing faster in the US. I mean, say what you like about China, but when they bring out the ban hammer on people running around, they got a pretty good response rate on that ban hammer. Whereas in the US, it's a case of people take up arms and decide that the government's falling into tyranny and they're going to defy all these orders. So yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Do you code from scratch, or you encode, do you copy in? John, it depends on the task. A lot of the time it is from scratch. But what I've done here to make things extra messy is that I copied from my own code, so which did make things messier. Else, don't need that. The mouse is playing up again. It just stalls out on me. It's really weird. So, I'm moving, nothing. It looks like Jimbo's a Futurama watcher. What? Yeah, it's like something's stalling the USB bus. No flipping idea what. Yeah, I'll try to check dmessage in a second. Keyboard works fine. Actually, yeah, nothing's spooling up. Did I do power odd twice? Come on. So I did. Just trying to think, I need to do defaults as well. I think this whole section actually doesn't even... because none of this applies to Windows. Okay, if not P... default. Holy dooly. Come on, mouse. You're killing me. You're killing me. $48, $393. Oops, so it is. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, that works. Nice. Okay, that's done. We've done the port reading thing. And it works. So we've basically now finished the Windows, sorry, the Linux version. So this here, this is actually dead code. But we'll leave it in there because we are going to need that for the Windows version, because the Windows and serial port stuff is a whole another bundle of hell. So it's kind of hilarious that we've just spent, what, 3-4 hours, is it? I don't know. Almost 3 hours, 2 and 3/4 hours, basically getting to exactly the same point we were at originally. The only thing is we just gave it the ability to do serial port. Phantasmagorical. Alright, now if I change this to USB TM. Okay, there's no USB. Switch off, unplug, plug the. Now I'm going to plug the USB 4 version back in, and you watch, it will be completely broken. Okay. Helps if you turn it on, Paul. Okay. Oh, and surprise, surprise, it actually works. I'm shocked. Ha! Sorry, just don't get used to things working anymore. After a while, the reality of programming makes you pessimistic. I see my head's being chopped off. Fantastic. There we go. Maybe I'll zoom back a bit. There we go. Okay. Hey, Margarita Doctor, I didn't see you slip in there. Is this where the term Mickey Mouse program comes from? Yeah, good question. Actually, no. It's just one term that we use a lot. So Calvin's been spreading his credentials. Yep. Looks like we lost everyone else. Oh well. Anyway. Right, glasses off. That's pretty much it for tonight then. Since it's kind of sad. Right back where we started, but we've added another communications interface. And I guess tomorrow we'll try with the Windows, although I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. I can sort of do the code, because this is my OpenBroadcaster machine here in this room. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the actual Windows testing, because this physically plugs into a USB port on the Linux machine. So I suppose I could probably set up Wine or VirtualBox and then steal the USB off that. Oh wait, no, we'll have to steal the serial port. That's going to be even more fun. Yeah. I might have to actually code in Windows for a little bit. Another long, boring entertainment live stream. Wow, that's good. So let's see, what's the time now? 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. I'm roasted. It probably would have only taken about an hour and a half if I wasn't chatting, but yeah, it's this is what we do for sharing out things, and it indicates that it does take a little bit longer when your whole brain can't be used to focus on what you're doing. When you're constantly changing focus back and forth. I guess that's more like a real work environment when you get annoying co-workers come up to you and asking you a million questions. Tomorrow's another day to take over the world. It certainly is. Well, it already is tomorrow, so I guess I better get started. G'day, Ed. Hey, space cookies. Yep, looks like everybody's turning. Hey, Brian from Denmark. Unfortunately, I'm just departing now, so sorry about that. Alright, well, that's it. I am out of here, so thank you very much for sticking around, and I guess I was a bit of background entertainment for you all, so I hope it was good. And I will maybe see you tomorrow if I get some deliveries. He's wishing. If I get some deliveries of some MacBooks, we might be able to go back into the other workshop and do some of the stuff that you're more familiar with. Anyway, until then, you all take care, and I'll catch you later.